Welcome back, everyone, to my training for our marathon series. Today, we have a kind of a special video. It might look a little different than my normal videos. That's because it actually snowed in Manhattan the other week ago. This is, I think, like a 2-week-old run now. Sorry about the kind of delays for getting these videos out here, but you know, life kind of happens and stuff like that. So this is actually 2 runs ago, 2 weeks old of a run. But I still wanted to work on it to show you guys it because it was actually really pretty running through the park in the snow. It was actually kind of funny. I don't know, this might show my age a little bit, but definitely this made me feel like that one Vine of that lady or that couple running in the snow and when the lady falls. I'll let it play here so you can just know what it is.
I caught up with Chelsea and Michael, who were jogging by and were nice to just stop for a quick second. And I said, what are you doing running? And you're saying it was really good out?
It's the perfect texture for running. Very low impact on its dry snow so your feet don't get wet.
Keep on the run. I'm sorry to have kept you, but I appreciate you guys talking with us. All right, thanks. We've seen a lot of people out here, like you said, running, sledding, just enjoying it. One thing, oops, that can happen, unfortunately. Looks like Chelsea's okay. You okay? Yes, okay.
But yeah, luckily I did not fall during this run. No slipping, no falling on my back. I did have one point near the end of my run in which I did step into a snow puddle. But like I said, it was near the end of my run, so I fortunately did not have to run too long with wet shoes. So that was good. Stayed mostly dry and warm during this run. Had a bunch of different layers on, which I think did impact the run. I definitely didn't run as fast as I wanted to. But, you know, it was cold out, and I just kind of wanted to get the run done with for this week. So I just kind of suffered through it. But before I get more detail about what this run and kind of like give updates on how my training's going and everything like that, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Roadrunners, New York Roadrunners, and the Team for Kids organization. Again, New York Roadrunners is the organization that's hosting the New York City Marathon, and I'm running for the organization Team for Kids, the charity. So you guys can check out their links if you want. Also, if you guys feel inclined or have the opportunity to do so, you can help me. I'm raising money for that Team for Kids organization. You guys can scan this QR code, and it'll take you to my fundraising page. And yeah, just check it out. Anything helps. Thank you so much for even listening and watching this video. Okay, back to the actual run. So most of the run I did on the outside of Central Park on the east side. So I passed the Met and the Guggenheim Museum. You'll actually see the Met later on in this video. But I figured since I usually run inside the park, I wanted to get some more footage of different areas of Manhattan. And even though it's still very basically the park, it's kind of the same area. I wanted to get some more footage of what the outside looked like. But since it was snowing, it was such a beautiful snow. Central Park in the snow is so beautiful. And this is the first big snow in Manhattan this year. I wanted to capture a little bit of it first before I did most of the run on the outside of the park. So I took one of these little side paths inside the park. But it kind of got these side paths are meant for families and walkers. Not really a good traffic flow for these walks or for these paths. So me running on them, I'm definitely not the normal. You're not supposed to be running on these ones. No one's gonna say anything, but obviously these walkers kind of get in the way, and if anything, I'm in their way. But it's okay because you got to see some cute dogs, some cute families. It was kind of fun. And of course, Central Park, you see all the snow in the trees, and the snow on the fields. It's really pretty. That's the only section of this run that I ran inside the park. The rest of it I ran on the east side of the park, on 5th mostly. I ran from my house all the way up to the north part of the park, which is about 110th Street of Manhattan. The whole run I did 8.45 miles, about 8.5 miles, and I ran for about an hour and a half. This one I expected to do faster. I was hoping to do closer to an average pace of maybe 10 minutes and 20 seconds average pace for my miles. but I actually only got about 10 minutes and 41 minutes of average pace for this run. And I think, I don't want to make excuses, but I think with the cold weather and like it being kind of a longer distance run and kind of me not just being the most excited for it, I didn't get to hit my goal. But I was just, I'm just happy I was able to get out inside this snow, inside this weather, and get this long run done. It was a lot of fun, and I still got to go see the park, in its beautiful snow. Since this was the first big snowstorm that Manhattan's gotten so far. In this part of the video, you can see that I'm getting close to running past the Met, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It's New York's biggest art museum, both like ancient art and some modern art pieces too. But it's one of my favorite places. I love the Met. It's a gorgeous building, really fun, very like educational, and some pretty cool. I've been exposed to some pretty cool art. I've never thought myself as to be like a super art person. Always wanted to be, but the Met's definitely opened my eyes on some of that, and I really enjoy going to the Met. And actually, right now they have a pretty cool museum or exhibit called Indian Skies, where you get to see a lot of like Indian art and a pretty good collection of like Indian elephants in art. And they're adorable. I love elephants, and Indian elephants and the way they draw them and paint them and other forms of media is just super cute or ferocious, or however they depict them. They're just great at depicting elephants. But I checked that out this last weekend, so I thought I'd bring it up now. You can see the posters for it in the video. But it was great, and I wanted to try to catch what the Met would look like in the snow too, but unfortunately, because of all the pavement and stuff, most of it melted off by the time I got there. But it's early enough where you can actually see like all the lines of all the people trying to get into the Met, because the Met doesn't actually open up until about like 10 o'clock, which was news to me when I moved to New York, because I try to go like as early as possible, and I feel like that's just like 10 o'clock is like noon, which is shocking. The last thing I want to talk about in this video is just kind of give a quick little update of all the problems I was having last week that I spoke about with my problems with recording and my running shoes. But I think I figured out the problem with my recording and my GoPros now capturing this run. It captured like 90% of my footage that I ran. And I think it's, because I got the actual right SD card that could handle the high def memory transfer, or whatever you want to call it. So I was able to capture all the footage that I could. Now the next problem that I'm facing with my GoPro is some of these longer runs are requiring me to run for like 2+ hours. Obviously for the marathon I'm going to have to run longer than that, since it is such, so far, 26 plus miles. So the new problem I'm having with that is that one battery isn't enough power to support recording the entire run, and actually you'll see that a lot in next week's video. Unfortunately, when I ran a half marathon and ran into this problem a lot more, but I'll talk about that in that next video. But at least I figured out the SD card problem, and now I'll just have to probably carry a couple extra batteries on me for these longer runs. I'm not excited about that, because that means I have to carry a couple extra, carry the extra weight. Granted, these GoPro batteries aren't like super heavy or anything, but they're going to be jangling around my pocket when I'm running, and that's going to be annoying. Plus, you just have to managing them. I'm not super looking forward to it, but I'll figure it out. Runners run with like little extra water bottles on them, stuff like that. So I'll figure something out. Probably like a fanny pack or something to see what happens. But that's figured out. The next problem I was having was with my shoes, and my, causing a lot of foot pain for these longer runs. And I've kind of, never actually invested a lot of money into my shoes, for runnings, because, as you can see in this video, running in the snow, getting in the water, I hate spending a lot of money on like shoes and then getting them really dirty and smelly, and then I can never wear them anywhere else. And maybe this is just like a side effect of having like only one pair of shoes that I wear for everything. I try to keep my training shoes separate than from my race day shoes or normal everyday shoes. So my training shoes are usually like all torn up and just bottom of the barrel shoes. And I think, unknowingly, that having that type of quality of running or training shoe was never really good for my feet, and I think it's caused like some pretty bad like foot pain that I've just kind of dealt with, thinking that everyone has this type of foot pain, but apparently not everyone has this type of foot pain. So I actually spent a little bit of extra money. I didn't buy new shoes. I bought little like shoe inlets that helped. That's going to supposedly help with the foot pain. And I will say that I've definitely noticed a pretty drastic improvement on my feet since I've been wearing them. So that's great. It's not completely gone. I'm still like, testing out. I have like a little foot roller ball thing that I've been trying to, and it's been helping out a lot. But I think that's the, a huge part of it being a huge part of problem with these longer trainings kind of solved. So that's good to know. But we're about at the end of this video, so I'm just going to say thanks again for watching, everyone. Please check out the links for the team for kids links. If you can donate, that'd be great. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you guys next week when I run my half marathon, or for the video of me running my half marathon. Okay, bye.